I'm going to be simulating the 2025 NHL playoffs, but with the worst teams. The wayoffs are finally back for a third consecutive season. In the Western Conference, we got the Flames versus the Sharks, Anaheim and Seattle, Utah and Nashville, and then finally Vancouver versus Chicago. Out east, we got Columbus and Philly, Pittsburgh versus the Islanders, New York versus Buffalo, and then the Dead Wings up against the Boston Bruins. Best of 7 series all the way through with the teams that failed to make the postseason, and only one of these poverty franchises are going to go on and take home the Stanley Cup at the end of the playoff run. Surprisingly, Utah is actually up 3-0 over the Nashville Predators. What a season for the Preds, not going well whatsoever, and entering the third period, they are down 3-0 as Utah is absolutely feasting. They got Cooley, Gunther, and Gunther again. Logan Cooley and Dylan Gunther both have a pair. Cooley's got a hat trick. It's a 5-0 lead for Utah, and things are not looking good for the Preds. 6-0 now thanks to Nick Schmaltz. They're going to get their asses swept. And the newest team in the NHL in the Utah Hockey Club are the first team to advance to round number 2. Another non-surprise is probably Columbus over Philly, up 3-0 in their series. Philly's not a great team in this game. They're down 4-2 right now entering the third period, so they're not out of it yet. Curley, Kunin, Danforth, Sean Monahan have all scored for the Blue Jackets, for Chester, and Sean Couturier for Philly. 5-2 lead as Luke Kunin gets another one, pretty much making this game out of reach as the Blue Jackets are going to go on to round number 2 and sweep the Philadelphia Flyers. I guess John Tortorella was not the problem after all. Seattle is up 3-1 over the Anaheim Ducks, who surprisingly had a good regular season, finished over 500, but they are down 5-0 entering the third period. John Gibson and Lucas Dostal getting absolutely lit up right now. They get on the board, but it's too little too late as the Kraken, thanks to Burakovsky, thanks to their former coach now, are off to round number 2 after a 7-1 stomping of Anaheim. They had 42 shots on goal. Vancouver's had a horrible year so far, and right now they're tied 2-2 with the god-awful Blackhawks. In a very pivotal game number 5, they're down 2-1 entering the third period. Joe Veleno got one for the Blackhawks, as well as Teuvo Teravainen. We got Teddy Bluger for Vancouver. And there we go. Ilya Mikheyev on Thatcher Demko makes it a 2-goal game. He gets Chicago the insurance marker that they needed. Vancouver is struggling hard right now as Quinn Hughes trying to be a one-man offense. Not going to do it. And the Blackhawks have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever and eliminate Vancouver in round number 1. Sid the Kid trying to go on one final run in his NHL career, up 3-1 over the Islanders, entering the third period. They got a 4-1 lead, so safe to say they're probably moving on to round 2. Tomasino basically puts this game out of reach. And there we go. The Islanders are trash, can't score a goal, and the Pittsburgh Penguins just dominated them in a gentleman's sweep. It can't get much worse for Detroit, man. Failing to make the playoffs the last 2 seasons, down 3-1 against Boston in the first round. They got a 2-2 tie entering the third period. They got, oh my God, there it is. David Pastrnak on Cam Talbot, a one-man offense himself for Boston. As after the trade deadline, they were awful. Passes got 2 in the third period, and it looks like the Dead Wings are indeed dead. Wait a minute. Rasmussen makes it a 1-goal game, elimination game for the Red Wings. 5 minutes to go in the third period. Can they tie things up? It is crunch time now. Push for offense. Hell yes. Dylan Larkin, Rasmussen. I think Lucas Raymond's out there as well for the Red Wings. They're down by 1 with 1:30 remaining. Empty net. Never mind. Get back in your net. Clayton Keller and Logan Cooley went off in the first round. They're currently leading the entire playoffs in scoring with 10 points apiece. As we got a face-off outside of the Boston zone. The Red Wings need to gain possession. They need to get in the zone, and they need to pull their goalie. They got 50 seconds to score a goal. David Pastrnak moves up to Geekie, pull the net. There we go. Rasmussen coming in. Rasmussen down low. Raymond, what a save by Swayman. It might honestly have hit the post there, but it doesn't matter. Dylan Larkin's on the forecheck, trying to keep the puck in, Zadorov. I believe that was Connor Geekie. I'm a little messed up with the Bruins numbers. I mean, they traded half their team. Patty Kane. You got 25 seconds to cook over the Larkin. Backhander, a floaty backhander. At least they'll get an offensive zone draw out of it. Dylan Larkin needs to win this draw. No Bergeron staring him down. He still ends up losing a peek in the corner. He's got 3 red sweaters on him. Marco Kasper on the draw, loses it, and there it is. The Bruins will dominate the Red Wings, and they are headed to the second round of the wayoffs. The Sharks right now are up 3-2 over Calgary in their first round matchup. I'm very surprised at this. This this was the 1-8 matchup, and they are just feasting right now on the rookie goaltender. Even though they got Forgiev between the pipes, they've only allowed 2 goals on 21 shots in the third period. They got another one, but Sharangovich strikes his get. Hanley for the Flames makes it a 1-goal game with 8 minutes to go here in the third period. 5-4 for San Jose. 4 minutes remain. Can they hold on with Forgiev between the pipes? They will not. Hanley gets a pair in the third, and we are headed to OT. Here we go. Overtime in the Shark Tank. It's been a long time since anybody has been able to say that. I mean, I'll never forget 2019 Game 7. Amazing comeback. Right now, though, Alexander Forgiev, 5 goals on 31 shots. Not doing your team any favors, buddy. Offensive zone drop for Calgary. It would definitely be an upset if they lost to San Jose. They were the worst team in the NHL this season. Ball loses it to Will Eklund. All right, come on, San Jose. Full forecheck, full attack. Will Eklund coming in over. Celebrini, floaty little shot. Wolf's going to cover it up, though. 17:46 left to go in overtime. Celebrini loses the draw. He's on that puck, though. First on the puck. Back to MK. Over to Smith. Finding Eklund. Rebound. Celebrini. Got to get a handle on it, buddy. All right, Nazem Kadri the other way for Calgary. Over to Zari. Connor Zari stopping up. Going to lose it to Ray Ferraro's kid. Over to Eklund. Will Smith. They get the young kids line. I mean, the entire team is pretty much young here in San Jose. Nazem Kadri. Kadri. I don't know what Nazem is doing there. He is back in his Toronto days right now, just failing to create any offense whatsoever. Will Smith leading it for San Jose. Smith on the backhand. Doesn't look like either team wants to score right now. Creating some time and space, but he's not going to do a Frost. Over to Cournot. I mean, this is absolutely horrific hockey back and forth. What are we doing, man? Nobody can even, like, get a shot. Here we go. 2-on-1 San Jose. Graf the other way. Graf shooting. Nice save. Wolf rebound to Foley. Gets pushed off the puck by Mackenzie Weegar, though. I mean, he's got to get into the weight room. Weegar coming in the zone. Mackenzie, nice shot there. Finally getting shot on net for Calgary. Wenberg's going to win that puck battle against Jonathan Huberdeau. Cagnani gets laid the hell out. My God. Jake Bean. Huberdeau over Sharangovich. Nice save by Forgiev. Up to Alexander Wenberg. Coming in the zone. Wenberg waiting. He's going to wait for that trailer to come in. There it is. Dellandria on the backhand. Why is everybody shooting backhanders, man? Shoot on your forehand. Way more powerful. Graf, where are you going? I think we got to get the kids back out there. First line, come out on the ice. Uh-oh, somehow the Flames got full pressure. I don't understand that. Forgive rebound, and there it is. The Calgary Flames are going to do it. They are going to win it in overtime, and they will force a Game 7. The Sabres have strictly made the playoffs based on being absolute garbage, but they are leading 3-2 in their series over the Rangers. Unfortunately for them, they are going to have a Game 7 back in New York after a 7-1 stomping. The Blackhawks are going to have another opportunity of getting rid of Vancouver on home ice in the United Center. Finally, some meaningful hockey. There you go. Ryan Donato, a 1-0 lead in the third period for the Blackhawks. I have yet to see Connor Bedard strike in this series. Vancouver fails on their power play attempts halfway through the third. Are they really going to shut it down with Spencer Knight between the pipes? I mean, a very young goalie. Ryan Donato again, but Niels Hoglander makes it a 1-goal game. 5 minutes to go in the third period. Can Chicago hold on? 1 minute remaining, and the Blackhawks are off to the second round. We got our first of 2 Game 7s, this time between San Jose and Calgary. First period, 2-0 lead, Ryan Lomberg and Jake Bean. Second period, 3-0 lead, Mackenzie Weegar. I mean, the game not over yet. Tyler Toffoli gets them on the board on Dustin Wolf. Halfway through the third period, the Flames still have a multi-goal lead, though. They are in a 4-on-3 and then a 5-on-4 power play. 7 minutes to go in the third. San Jose, wait a minute. Kovalenko makes it a 1-goal game, but the Flames, they are going to hold on. No, they are not going to hold on. Macklin Celebrini, less than a minute remaining. He has forced the game to overtime. The Rook, the young kid himself, Macklin, with 56 seconds to go, somehow made it a game. Connor Zary coming in the zone. Zary finding Pospiel, shooting, and Georgiev is going to cover that puck up. Offensive zone drop for the Flames. They are the heavy favorites over this series. The series, honestly, should not have even gone to 7 games. Shot by Weegar, or that was Anderson, my bad, and another cover up by Forgiev. So far, the teams are playing it safe, man. They don't want to lose in the first round. Both these teams obviously didn't make the playoffs. They weren't playing for anything at the end of the season outside of maybe Calgary, but they were kind of a little too far out. And right now, they're trying to win a Stanley Cup, the way off cup, baby. Pospiel leading the rush for the Flames. Do we got full attack for the Flames? We do. All right, in the middle, and there it is! Nazem Kadri's third of the series will send the Flames off to the second round. Final game of round number 1, Game 7 between the Rangers and the Sabres. A 3-1 lead for New York entering the third period. Alex Tuch has the lone goal for Buffalo, and they're going to have to try to claw their way back in this one, man. They're out shooting them 26-21. It's somewhat of a close game, but they're down by multiple goals. It's going to be tough, Buffalo. The offense needs to click, and Igor Shesterkin in the postseason's a monster. And there you go. Matt Rempe pretty much sealed the casket. As the Rangers, they are off to the second round. We now move on to round number 2. We have the Flames versus Seattle, Utah and Chicago, New York and Boston, and then finally Columbus versus Pittsburgh. The Seattle Kraken are on an absolute heater right now. They're 7-1 in the postseason, up 3-0 over Calgary. They got a 2-1 lead entering the third period. It seems like they have Pekka Pasta on their squad as Chandler Stevenson gives them the insurance marker they desperately needed. 3-1 lead in the third, getting outshot 35-23. Wait a minute, Blake Coleman makes it a hockey game. A 1-goal game with 7 minutes to go in the third. Can the Flames tie things up? No, they are going to get swept in round number 2. I mean, they went 7 games with San Jose. What do we really expect? The Pittsburgh Penguins also trying to sweep in their series over Columbus, up 3-0, but they're down 3-0 entering the third here in Game 4 on home ice, so it doesn't look like a sweep is imminent, as the Brooms might have to be put away for another game. They are trading power plays in the third, 10 minutes to go. Can Columbus hold on? Wait a minute. Evgeny Malkin on Elvis Merzlikins makes it a game. It's only 2 goals now. Can Sid the Kid step up? He will not be able to do so, and there will be a Game 5. Another non-competitive series between the Rangers and the Bruins. The Rangers up 3-0, but down 4-2 entering the third period. A second period onslaught from Boston. Lindholm, Zadorov, and 2 from Pasta makes it a 2-goal game. Less than 10 minutes remain in the third period. Can they hold on? 5 minutes to go. Boston trying to force a Game 5 back in MSG. They will be able to do so, and there will be no sweep in this series. Utah has a 3-1 lead over the Blackhawks in round number 2. Chicago up 2-0 entering the third period, so they're showing some fight. Vlasic and Creever, but Oli Mata, who I didn't even know was playing in Utah, scored a goal to make it a 1-goal game. Obviously, Utah in round 1 absolutely feasted. They've only lost 1 game so far in the postseason, but I mean, Cooley and Dylan Guenther were very good offensively. Unfortunately, Bedard puts the game out of reach, and there will be a Game 5 between the Blackhawks and the Hockey Club. We're going to see what the Columbus Blue Jackets are made of. First period, no score. Second period, 1-0 lead. Kirill Marchenko had a great regular season, striking here in the playoffs. I mean, they've getting thoroughly outplayed. 32-19 of the shots. Rickard Rakell will tie the game up at 1. And we got ourselves a hockey game. Columbus trying to force a Game 6. Pittsburgh trying to go off to the conference finals. Benstrom, my bad. Merzlikins, 4 minutes to go. Can they hold on? Pittsburgh, you have an opportunity to win another Stanley Cup for Sidney Crosby. The Boston Bruins trying to force a Game 6 in their series. We got a 2-2 tie entering the third period of MSG. Only 18 shots on net and 3 goals. Elias Lindholm, Igor Shesterkin not playing well at all. And the Bruins, they got to hold on now. Never mind, Will Cully already makes it a tie game. 5 minutes to go. We might have overtime on our hands in game number 5. JT Miller said, hell no. The Rangers holding on to a 1-goal lead with 54 seconds to go. It was JT Miller, the trade deadline acquisition. Obviously didn't work out because they didn't make the playoffs. But here in the wayoffs, he is doing his job in the postseason of round 2. Boston only has 40 seconds to operate with here. I mean, the Rangers are just killing time. Matt Rempe's in the offensive zone creating offense. That's how you know it's bad in Boston. They literally can't get out of their own end. There we go. Out to Kempe, whatever the hell that guy's name is. Brendan Othman getting board played. Empty net for the Bruins. Come on, New York. You got less than 20 seconds to kill. Keandre Miller, a brutal turnover. My God, they don't even get a shot out of it, though. Lindholm coming in, back to the blue line. Zadorov. Overshot, and oh my lord, Kopi will tie the game up. Unbelievable, man. JT Miller thought he had the game winner, but 8.5 seconds to go in the third. Keandre Miller, that's all over you, man. Pause. It's all on you is what I meant to say. You cannot have a turnover there. Breadman over 1T. Oh my lord, we're off to overtime. Here we go in overtime. Game number 5, I believe, or game 6. I honestly don't even remember. The Bruins are down the series, and New York has an opportunity to go to yet again another conference final. But Boston gonna head to the penalty kill. Casey Middlestat. Oh, we got the Nathan McKinnon face-off penalty. The Rangers head to the power play. Full attack, full pressure. Over Adam Fox. Down low to Breadman. Back to Mika Zibanejad, finding Keandre, or no, that's JT Miller, my bad. Fox ripping one, nice block shot by Zadorov, and he's going to clear the puck. No, he's not. Breadman in the middle, and Swayman will cover it up. Still a power play. They get their second power play unit out there. Why, New York? Why? Like, why are you guys doing that in overtime? Boston's just going to dump it down, get the first power play back out there. Don't have the boss Lafreniere operating on defense. He's getting absolutely hounded by Pavel Zacha. Oh my, Zacha's on a mission here. Zacha finding Beecher, walking in. Oh my, what a save by Shesterkin. Here come the Rangers. 30 seconds to go in the PP. What can they do? Vinny Trocheck coming in the zone. Trocheck finding Laffy, but Swayman's going to make the save. 17:50 left to go in overtime. One of these teams might be moving on. I mean, the Rangers are the only team that has the opportunity. JT Miller over. Vinny Trocheck finding Miller again. Over to Laffy. Back to the Jones. Back to the Jones. Back to the blue line. Vinny Trocheck broken stick. Over Miller, shooting, can't get a shot off. Casey Middlestat up to Zadorov. Here comes Boston the other way. The Bruins trying to force another game in the series. Nikita Zadorov, shot, nice save, Shesterkin. Vincent Trocheck, you got to move that puck, buddy. You got no energy. Moves it up to absolutely nobody. Very interesting play there. What are the Rangers lineup right now? Let's go with line 2. They're the only lineup that has any energy. Joka Harju. Losing the puck. There we go. Back check by Mika Zibanejad. He's in on the forecheck, though. The Rangers, they steal the puck, lose it again. Zadorov has no energy, no stamina whatsoever. And now David Pastrnak has the puck. Finding the middle. Lindholm waiting, firing, and Shesty will make the nice save. 11:58 left to go. Connor Soucy. Oh, up to Fox, finding Carrick. Here come the Rangers. Got a nice little break here. Sam Carrick entering the zone. Brodzinski, nice shot, nice save by Swayman. Back to the blue line again. Fox. Losing the puck, regaining it. Finding Soucy, who just loses it to Witherspoon. Very sloppy hockey by both teams right now in overtime. Brodzinski coming in, shot. Nice save, Swayman. An easy save as well on the Pat Kreider. Soucy, nice save again by Swayman. How is that not a penalty? My man took a heart attack. Okay, Luco coming the other way, forming a 2-on-1. The Boston Bruins, Kopi over Mitchell. Luco and Shesterkin's going to play that. Okay, all right, New York. All right, very interesting there. Less than 7 minutes until I hop the hell out of here. Only one overtime per team unless we get a finish. Pavel Zacha wins it. Peak walking down Main Street, but Shesterkin will shut the door yet again. 6 minutes to go here in the first overtime. Rempe's going to dump it in deep. Rempe on the forecheck. Oh my God, Matt Rempe's a monster right now. I mean, I upgraded him to a 99 overall, and I believe the Rangers did go all the way and win the cup, so Matt Rempe might be entering his prime. Oh my God, Lohrei, there it is. Lohrei will score, and the series is not over yet. Utah trying to reach their very first conference finals in franchise history, up 3-2 over the Blackhawks, down 2-1 in the game, as Chicago trying to hold on, trying to force a Game 7 back in Utah. As the hockey club low-key kind of been dominating. Shots are 34-27. A little bit even now. There we go. Lost and Krause on Spencer Knight. Makes it a tie game with 7 to go. In the third period, will there be a goal? No. We have overtime on our hands. We'll do the quick sim. See what happens. See who's going to score. And it's going to be Utah advancing to the conference finals after 42 shots. Here we go. Game number 6 between the Rangers and the Bruins. The Bruins up 2-0 entering the third. And they're going to force a Game 7 after being down, I believe, 3-1 in the series. The final game of round number 2. Game 7 between the Bruins and the Rangers. After the first, Zacha and Sam Carrick. 1-1 tie. Second period, 3-1 Boston. The momentum is brewing. An onslaught by Boston. 4-1 Casey Middlestat. Wait a minute. Will Cooley makes it a 2-goal game. They're not out of it yet, the Rangers. This would be an absolutely historic collapse, man. Y'all were so close. Y'all were like Stanley Cup contenders entering the season. Won the President's Trophy last year. And now in the wayoffs, you're going to lose to the 2025 Boston Bruins after having a 3-1 series lead. 4 teams left to go. We got Utah and Seattle, Pittsburgh and Boston. Who is advancing to the Wayoff Cup final? The Kraken are an absolute wagon, up 3-0 over Utah, entering Game 4. We get a tie game, though, 2-2 in the third period. Shots are even, score is even. We're in Seattle, so it looks like the Kraken, I believe they've only lost like 1 or 2 games the entire playoff run. They've looked really good, been very, very dominant. I mean, Pekka Pasta has to be on this team, right? There's no way he's not. There it is. Josh Doan, the son of Shane, will score. Loston Krause makes this game over, and Utah will not be swept. Pittsburgh also is dominating their opposition in Boston, up 3-0 in their series. They're 11-2 in the postseason, up 3-1 entering the third. I mean, Crosby going for ring number 4. I'm not mad at it. I would love to see it. It's a 3-1 lead, 3-2 now as Kunashunanov absolutely butchered that name. Nonetheless, makes it a 2-goal game, but Ricard Raquel strikes on the power play. Then Evgeny Malkin pretty much will seal the deal as Pittsburgh, they are off to the Stanley Cup Finals. Let's see if Seattle can join them. First period, 3-1 lead for Utah. Second period, 3-2 lead. Hold up a minute. We got ourselves a game. I mean, Utah only has 18 shots on net. Somehow we're leading, though. Defying the odds, getting outshot 34-21. 9 minutes to go. The Utah Hockey Club holding on with Karel Vejmelka between the pipes. 3 minutes remaining. Will they force a game 6? Yes, they will. Here we go. First period, 1-0 lead Seattle. Second period, 2-1 lead Kraken. They were up 3-0 this series, and now they're in danger of going to Utah for a Game 7. That would be absolute disaster for that team. Josh Doan scored again, man. Shane Doan raised you right, and then Alexander Kerfoot makes it a 1-goal game with 7 minutes to go. Kraken, what have happened to your team? Went from a wagon to a burnt wagon, and there will be a Game 7 back in Utah for the first ever season in franchise history. Let's see who's going to get it done. First period, no score. Second period, no score again. Wow, both teams do not want to make a mistake. They've seen enough. This series has been an absolute roller coaster. Seattle winning the first 3, Utah the last 3, and right now in overtime, we don't have a single goal. Never mind, Jordan Eberle on Karel Vejmelka makes it a 1-goal game with 5 minutes to go as the Kraken holding on. Will they move on to face the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Cup final? Yes, they will. Ain't no way I'm going to hide my bias here. I'm cheering for Sid the Kid. I want to see him get Cup number 4. And also Malkin and Letang. They all will get ring number 4 if they beat the Seattle Kraken in the Stanley Cup finals. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. No score after the first. A 1-1 tie entering the third. And the Seattle explodes for a 5-1 victory in Game 1. The Penguins are definitely going to have to respond here. First period down 3-0. Second period 3-2. And Seattle has won both games in Pittsburgh as we now head to Seattle. I don't know what's going on, man. The Pittsburgh Penguins just have fallen off a cliff entering the third period, down 3-1. Tied up in overtime, though. Let's see, can they get a win in this series? Double overtime. Never mind. The Seattle Kraken are up 3-0. Stanley Cup in the building in Seattle. First period, 3-1 lead for Pittsburgh. 4-2 after 2. Let's see if they can hold on. I know they got Tristan Jarry between the pipes. Not going to really help your team that much. With 13 minutes to go, they got a never mind. I was going to say they had a multi-goal lead. Not anymore. Brendan Montour shut that shit down immediately. 7 hard miles in the third. The Kraken on home ice trying to win their first ever Stanley Cup. 2 minutes to go. Are you serious, Pittsburgh? Can you hold on to a damn lead? Here we go. Overtime in game number 4. A sweep potentially on the horizon. I have no idea what's going on with Pittsburgh. They've just, fallen off a cliff in the Stanley Cup finals here. Oh, never mind. Brian Rust game winner, and they will not get swept as we head back to Pittsburgh for game number 5. It's going to be a tall ask, a tall order for Pittsburgh to come back in this series, but who knows? Maybe they can do it. They're only down by a goal entering the third period. Seattle on the power play. Can they get anything going? They do not. Beautiful for the Pens. 13 minutes to go in the third. Pittsburgh on the power play. Can't tie the game up. They are still down by 1. Oh my God. They're going to lose on home ice. Are you kidding me, Crosby? Are you kidding me, Gino? Are you kidding me, Letang? The Seattle Kraken are going to go on and win the 2025 NHL Wayoffs. From all the teams that missed the postseason all together in a playoff setting, Seattle was the best team to miss the playoffs in 2025 as they dominated the Penguins in 5 games in the Stanley Cup Finals. I really thought Sid could get another one. But I guess something happened. The age caught up to the old-ass retirement home Penguins. We got Chandler Stevenson, the free agent acquisition, winning the Conn Smythe. 8 goals, 23 points. I guess that's a consolation prize, being the best team that didn't make the postseason. But still, obviously the Kraken, they wanted to make the playoffs. They wanted to win the Cup. And it was not the case this season, as the Stanley Cup will be raised in Pittsburgh. But not for the Penguins. They've never won in franchise history the Stanley Cup on home ice. But I guess they get to watch Seattle win it here. Very painful moment. Captain Jordan Eberle, come on up. For the first time ever, you are a Stanley Cup champion as Seattle goes all the way. Funny enough, Chandler Stevenson had the most points in the entire playoff run. Pasternak was a one-man offense, but that was not good enough for the Bruins. He had 13 goals, 21 points. Jarrett McCain had 21. We got Eberle with 20. Sid had 20 in 19 games. Erik Karlsson did his job. And for goaltenders, I mean, Joey Daccord had a .931. That is the biggest reason why the Seattle Kraken went all the way. He channeled his inner Pekka Pasta. Well, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.